Recently, here in the Chancellor's office, we received enrollment information from the 112 community colleges in California. We were astounded to learn that our enrollment had dipped to 2.4 million students. Far back in 2008-9, just 3 years ago, we reached an all-time high of 2.89 million students. So we have lost about 500,000 students in those 3 years. Now that loss didn't occur as a result of a loss of demand. In fact, community colleges are as popular as they've ever been in California. The problem was that the state revenue to community colleges declined sharply. We lost 12% of our income in that 3 years. And so colleges had to adjust. They simply offered fewer courses. And as they offered fewer courses, students continued to clamor to get into the classes. In fact, in a survey that we conducted this fall, as classes began in the community colleges, we discovered that there were 470,000 students on wait lists. These are lists that, when the class is completely filled, that students put themselves down hoping that perhaps there will be some who will drop out and they could get these classes. Now, this is a real tragedy for the state of California because we're in a desperate need for the training of individuals who are going to be the future workforce of California. After all, many people come to the community colleges seeking those first 2 years of college so they can go on to the University of California or California State University. In fact, 55% of students at California State University begin in the community college, and 28% of those in the University of California begin at community colleges. But we not only offer transfer courses, we offer wonderful career technical programs such as nursing, auto tech, radiological technician, firefighter training, and the list goes on and on. Many people who are out of work come to the community college because we're the #1 workforce institution in California. And so we're faced with this situation. And frankly, the situation could get worse because when we've studied the impact of the initiative of Governor Brown, which will be on the ballot in November, if that initiative passes, community colleges will receive an additional $200 million. Now, frankly, that won't make up for the $800+ million that we lost in 3 years, but will help a great deal. But the bad news is that if that initiative fails, then we will take a $338 million cut. And that will simply mean a 7.5% cut. It will once again be fewer classes, more individuals being shut out, unable to get the classes that they need for either work training or to transfer to four-year colleges and universities in California. You see, California is very dependent upon educated personnel. A study, for instance, by the Public Policy Institute said in 2025 that 41% of the workforce will need a bachelor's degree. And yet at the rate we're going, only 35% of individuals will have the bachelor's degree. So you can see that this is not a good situation. California has always been dependent in its great industries such as entertainment, computer technology, international trade, upon people who receive education. And we need to recognize that higher education is the engine that keeps California running. So as Chancellor of California Community Colleges, I'm sending out a warning sign. California, you must prepare more people through your colleges and universities. We need these trained personnel. It's a tragedy for the student who is desirous of higher education and can't get into the classes that he or she needs. But it's also a great tragedy for the state of California.